so I live by myself, and it went from I spent a lot of time with my family to almost spending no time with my family, and there's a lot of financial difficulties right now, so it makes shit tough when you start throwing in drama that doesn't need to be there. There's no need in it, but that's where it went, and so now we have to deal with it. But like this tractor, I don't know, if she ever gets where she has anything to do with me, then she'll see it eventually, and she'll know that I have another tractor, and so that'll lead to another shit fit. But she's got to get over the one she's already in to really make it matter if there's another one. But enough of me yammering on. We'll get to talking about the tractor. So as you saw, it's got a little hydraulic leak down there. Had a little fuel issue. And that, whatever, that shit happens. This tire is towed out quite a bit, so I need to bring that in. So I need to loosen those bolts and shove this tire in. And I don't know why it's so far out there, but it is. This one's not. But look at that one. And I don't know how this thing's really kind of, I guess. This one's straight and the other one's crooked, so I'll figure it out. This tire needs to be replaced. The other tire's fine. Decently clean. There's a little bit of a oil leak back in here. Yeah, this one's got the reversible shaft, so I can use it on my sprayer or the feed wagon. That's one reason I went ahead and just bought another tractor, is that way I have a spare. That's the whole idea behind this thing, is a spare. I need a spare tractor. I need 2 tractors I can run with. That was the whole idea behind it, of doing what I've done. The tractor has, we will see how many, because they have a sticker in this back window. $8,500 hours, and I paid 32 delivered, 32.5 delivered. So, it's actually, I think it was a good price. Most tractors, there was anything similar to this. There was a 7800 in Childress with 14,000 hours for $29,500. There was a couple of 7800s down there, same place as this one, that were 24,000, but they were just beat to shit, had tons of hours on them, and the drive shaft wiggled. So yeah. Now, I don't think this thing had ever been used, or it hasn't been used in a long time, that little pump. And when the tractor had its issue, I put a new filter on it, because I'd gotten new filters for this machine before it even got here, so I could switch them and make it field ready, get it to the field as soon as possible. But we had to use that, and it won't seat back, and it's leaking a little bit, so I'll have to fix that. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I mean, I am really impressed with it, honestly. I'm gonna get my wrenches. My pickup is just solid parts, and tools and everything else. Yes, I'm impressed with the tractor so far. You know, I mean, if it shits the bed, I'm as impressed as I can be without running it for some time. That's what I'm gonna say. I can't be any more impressed than I am because, oh shit, I'm dropping my wrenches. What am I gonna do? We're just gonna throw this thing here. So I've got this tractor came in, it was pretty much, besides that oil leak, this tractor is exactly as described. This leads me to my next story. I bought a hay baler too, same time, from Western Equipment. It's $5.69. It's got quite a few bales on it, so it was a cheap baler. They have this deal called Green Light Ready. They go through and they x-ray all the bearings from, you know, whatever the hell they do, and they find all the things that are wrong with it. Well, I had them do that, and I had them fix everything they needed to fix to make the machine field ready. I mean, it was supposed to come off the truck and run flawlessly. The net wrap system works perfectly. I completely renewed my faith in John Deere balers. I like the one I have, but its net wrap system's kind of worn out, but it was a well-used baler. Oh, I'm gonna have to, how is that gonna work? Does this one not have, I don't know about this one, so we're gonna look at it. I don't want to pull the, is this one bolted? This one doesn't have a pivot, so this hood is in place hard, so I need to not do that. Okay. Whoops. But anyway, I got 300 bales across the machine, and if you own a John Deere baler, you're going to know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. The pins that they use on that machine, on their balers, are the biggest piles of shit that you could put on a machine. And they have these pins that go to the lift cylinders to the back gate, and it's the same style pin they use on all of that machine. They're always broken. They're just giant piles of shit. I paid them $6,000 for that machine to be field ready. I told them that motherfucker better come off a truck and it better work flawlessly. It better work flawlessly. I guess $6,000 got me 300 bales. That's what $6,000 got me. Because one of those little pins broke, and it allowed the cylinder to drop out, and so it shut me down last night. I couldn't bail. I had to move bulls around this morning. Finally got a pin made because it's 3-day weekend. It's Memorial Day. Nobody's there till Tuesday. Well, we got it made and it started raining on the hay. Right, it started raining as we were putting the pin in. So that filter needs to be replaced. I got a new filter for it, but it's over at the other shop. I think I got a new filter for it. I'm not going to throw it away until I make sure. I may have just got the inner filters. I think they may have not had them. But that's okay. We're going to replace it before it goes to work anyway. Come on, you dirty bitch. Oh, fuck me. So that one's actually dirty. Okay, we're going to put you back in there though. For time being. But yeah, that's kind of, and it's, you know, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna have a talk with them because, you know, for $60 they could have replaced those 2 pins, and I wouldn't have had that trouble, and I could have bailed all last night into today. I could have put up. I know I put up 300 bales in like 4 hours, maybe 5 at the most. So I think it'd be safe to say that I could have bailed from, I got there at, I was there at 6 o'clock. No, I was there at 8 o'clock last night. And I could have bailed all the way through the night. Somebody could have relieved me. That machine could have run from 8 o'clock last night till, what, it started raining a fucking 2 hours ago? That was, so 5 o'clock. You know, it's 12, almost 24 hours. We could have run that machine almost 24 hours. And say we were just doing 50 bales an hour. Why? Because my helper, he's a little slower than me. Well, I said I did 305 hours. That's 60 bales. So let's say we did 50 bales an hour times 20. What, 8 to, no, 20 hours. We could have put up 1,000 bales. You know, that $60 pin cost me $14,000 in work. Because if these guys get tired of, you know, waiting on me, and they go, hey, you're taking forever and you're letting this hay get rained on, we're gonna get someone else to do it. $60 pin cost me $14,000 fucking dollars. That's not acceptable. I can't afford a new baler. I need a new baler. You know, I need to buy new tractors, new balers, new swathers, but I can't afford it. I need cheaper equipment that I can put money into having it fixed decently well. That way I have a bigger return ratio and I can put money towards debt. And that's what I have to have. You know, you won't have these problems with new equipment as much, but you're still gonna have problems. So I usually, when things piss me off like that, I don't like to, I get really pissed, but then I don't, you know, I let it blow over. You know, I don't call them up and be like, hey, you guys are chicken shits and you fucked me on this, even though I probably should. I'll make sure none of these are just loose. I don't know why it's leaking. I wonder if that's not leaking in that fucking seal. I'd hate for that to be the case. I'd really hate for that to be the case. Something's loose somewhere. That's loose. Oh. But yeah, it's, you know, on this deal, I'm gonna fucking call them, because that's, if I lose this job because they don't want to wait on, that one's loose, wait on me, you know, I understand that. And I had one, my 568 broke down on Friday. It broke down Friday. We bailed that night. Those are all fucking loose. We bailed that night. I don't know what the fuck that is. What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. We bailed that night. Next morning we had a chain break. Went to the house. Fixed the chain. Went back. Made one bail. And what had caused the chain to break wasn't a lack of oil or stress on the chain. The shaft that drive in the pickup header was going bad, and it snapped. It just snapped after I put a heavy duty chain on it, so it just snapped that shaft. So probably had a bearing that was seizing. And yeah, it just, so I got my new baler Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, my old baler went down. My dad was actually on his way to town to go help work with my brother, so he just brought my baler to me, my new baler, hooked it up, put 300 bales across it. Yesterday evening, I go to get back in it after cutting hay all day, and fucking pin breaks. Shuts me down all day yesterday, shuts me down today. Now it's gonna rain on the hay for 4 fucking days. Over a $60 pin, you know. But let's put it like this. $60 pin causes that problem. Now you could say, well, you know, if I bailed another 1,000 bales, I would have been at 1,500 bales. If it rained on it at that point, those guys might be like, well, you know, you were really pushing it. You know, it's not your fault. You know, it's just the weather. But there's all this fucking hail on the ground, and I can't. There's so much hay on the ground, it looks like I'm not getting anything done, even though I'm putting up a lot of hay for the days I get to run. You know, my baler broke down, but I had another baler there within 2 hours. So that, you know, they can't really bitch about that one. But then at the same time, it's just a shit show. I need this bushing. I don't need to lose this